Welcome to your Go Market Update and Charts of the Day. It's the 7th of November. I hope you guys in Victoria are having a great public holiday. Mike Smith, senior analyst at Go Markets, here to lead you around what's happening as we approach the midpoint of the Asian session. US equities edged higher across the three major indices. More earnings this week. Of course, the RBA decision is the major story over the next couple of hours or so, but there is more data due out later. US futures are a little lower in Asian trading. Asian markets are generally lower, pausing before the RBA and the Chinese trade balance data, which is due out soon. ASX is down about 0.4%, anticipating a potential RBA intervention, and at best, possibly a hawkish statement, even if their rates remain on pause. The VIX, however, did drop for the sixth successive day, and European futures pointing to a cautious open this afternoon at this stage. US dollar index bounced slightly off the lows, not seen since mid-September overnight. That kept gold below that 2,000 key psychological level, near short-term support. Copper closed higher again. It is soft in Asia, however, and oil continues to test that 200 EMA to the downside. Bitcoin is also pretty static, continuing to challenge that technically important 35,000. We'll see what today brings on that. And of course, earnings, the Middle East conflict will continue to remain in focus. As we've already said, that Chinese trade balance and RBA decision are important. Later on, we've got Eurozone PPI, German industrial production, and Swiss jobs. We have a couple of the Fed members speaking tonight that may also impact on markets. Just a couple of charts that caught our eye today. Vulcan Energy looks interesting. You can see this V-shaped bounce here. And although we're off the highs of the session, we are keeping an eye on the level that we've just put a line on there, around about 275. If we breach that, we could be up to $3 pretty quickly, which would be around about a 8.5% rise from where we are if we do breach that line. A little bit of work to do still, but worth keeping an eye on over the next few days. Not sure that it's going to do anything today at this stage. Certainly worth having on your radar. On the FX front, obviously the Aussie US is going to be worth keeping an eye on during the course of the day. At this stage, you can see we've had a drift downwards overnight and a continuation of that this morning, somewhat interestingly, possibly a move down to this 64.75. This will be the level I'll be watching subsequent to that RBA statement later on this afternoon. Because if it is soft, if they do pause, if the statement isn't that much different, then we will see a drop in the Aussie, and we could see it drop pretty quickly down towards this 64.56 level. Of course, if we get a hawkish RBA or that rate rise comes to pass, keep an eye on 65 cents. A breach to the upside could be interesting. If you just put it on the 4-hour chart, you can see how important this level could be in terms of a long-term trend continuation. So the Aussie US is well worth keeping an eye on over the next 2 to 3 hours to see what transpires. Trade safe and see you again soon. Bye bye for now.